Okay, now let's take a look at the sales and purchase order history tool. And there's a couple different ways you can access it. Most people will access it from the sales and purchasing menu. And down here on the bottom, there's two different reports. We want the order history. Okay, so this breaks down into sales history or purchase history. They work very, very similar. Obviously, one's pulling sales history, the other pulling purchasing. And really the only difference here would be whether in the purchase history you can filter by vendor, and the sales history you purchase by customer. But other than that, most of the filtering criteria are the same. So let's talk about some of the more common ways people use the tool and what options are available here. One of the most common is to look at sales history by product. So let me, for example, I'll choose this clear film 250 product. If I want to, I can filter it down further by some of these additional criteria. Now, important thing to note here, these things are going to vary depending on your install. Within the product record, you have some product groups defined, and depending on what those product groups are, those are the filtering criteria that are going to appear here. So in my case, I have it set up to, I have categories of products which I might want to filter out, like acids versus resins, for example, or by industry, if I want to do it that way. Or I can just leave it blank and it'll give me all sales of that product. If I wanted to define it a little further, I could, say only pull clear film 250 sales to a particular customer, or only, a specific salesperson sales of that product. I can put dates around it, a date range, show me this year's sales of this product, for example, versus last year. And this is very relevant here, which is to say, show me all sales, only show me active sales, meaning open orders, orders that we haven't actually shipped to the customer yet, or only show me my sales history, meaning things that we have in fact shipped. And then a little bit more detail here, if I wanted to sort by some of the criteria here, like sort by status, I could do that. But for now, I want to say give me total sales history for this clear film product. I'll click proceed. It's going to return back here a list of all sales that I've made of that product. One of the things I like to do here is sort by my status column heading, so it'll group all things of the same status together here. So this shows me I have 5 sales with the status of release to logistics. I have a couple canceled ones, many shipped ones here, obviously. And then I get totals down here at the bottom in quantities and in dollars. Now, one of the nice things about this tool is the ability to age this information by year. Let me show what I mean by that. It's going to break up into groups here, all 2008 sales versus all 2007 sales. Now, each row is going to represent a customer in this case. So this is my total sales to Three Brothers for the year, 16,000. My total sales to a Farco, 10,000. And then it breaks it out into months as well. And then this would be 2007, same thing. Total sales to each of the customers that I sold to in 2007, and then broken out by month. So what a lot of people will do with this particular query is to look at month over month trends. So I can see, it looks like in this case the spring and summer months, this is selling fairly well, whereas I'm not having very many sales at all in the fall and winter. Whereas last year it sold, pretty much all throughout the year pretty evenly. Things like that. So again, with any of these data grids like this, you can export these out to Excel to manipulate the information further if you want to. Or if I only want summary information here, I can check off this checkbox, show only by year totals. It takes out the customer details and just shows me total sales for the year. So that's a common way in which people will use this tool. That would be sales by product. Another one is sales by customer. Let me choose this Three Brothers, for example. Let me say only show me my open sales for this particular customer. So what do we have out there that this customer is waiting on for us to deliver? I'll say proceed. Returns this list to me of various things we have out there. We have some sales orders that we haven't yet issued, meaning they haven't confirmed the orders. We have some that are sales order issued, some that are released to logistics, meaning they're ready to ship but we haven't shipped yet. Again, I like to sort this information by status. It seems to make more sense to me. So this is what we have that's ready to ship. These are the things that are sales orders that we still need to allocate to them and ship out. And then we have a second page here of information as well. And I can do the same thing with the customer here. Is sort by year. This shows me for 2008 my sales of each product. So each row in this case is going to represent a product, as opposed to last time each row represented a customer. Now each row here represents a product. It's going to show me total sales by product for the year versus last year. And again, we can just show summary information as opposed to the details, or go back to the detail information. That is the way, the most commonly used ways in which sales history is used. Another thing is if a customer calls with their PO number, you can just filter by PO number, and it'll give you all the releases associated with that sales order and the status of each. So that's a nice way to look on the status of a customer PO. The purchase history again works very much the same way, with only pulling purchasing information. Now with any of these order history, the filtering criteria or the results, you can customize those. You can customize the things that you're filtering out, and you can customize the information that you're actually pulling in. And we'd be glad to help you do that. Just contact your VISCO support representative, and they'll help you do that.